Satnam, welcome back to the channel. My name is Gobind and this is your channel for grace. Thank you guys so much for being here live, and thank you to those of you that are watching the replay. This is your monthly video for projectors. If you are a projector in human design, I recommend that you always pull your chart and get familiar with it. Being a projector is a very, 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 very special thing, and I love to provide any kind of insight for everyone. So this is an intuitive reading. We're going to be using oracle cards, but I will be pulling 5 different cards. We're going to pull an aura card and current energies affecting you. We're going to do a strategy card. For the strategy, I'm going to use tarot for the aura card, the gene keys for the strategy. The authority will be this deck, which I can't remember, but it's very starseed. And we're going to do past, present, and future with the Astro Dice. Hey, Valerie, welcome in. And then we're going to pull an animal spirit for you. And before I dive into the reading, I'm going to start shuffling. But before I dive into the reading, I want to invite you to join my free global community on Mighty Networks. It's called Channel for Grace. And the free part of it is the global community. Super easy to join. You create your account and pretty much ready to go. And we have free yoga classes. We have a book club circle that's free to join. Right now we're reading Jaguar in the Body, Butterfly in the Heart. It's an amazing book about shamanism. I also host all of my classes in this network, all the paid and all the free classes. In fact, tonight we are having a special workshop in the Starseed membership, or you can purchase the workshop by itself. It's $25. And the special workshops are included in the membership. So that's obviously the best deal, and that's $22 a month. But the workshop tonight is on the nodes, being in Aries and Libra, and what all that means and where it is in your chart and all that good stuff. So there's a lot of exciting things. We also have a Lionsgate Masterclass coming up on August 8th to talk about the Lionsgate, to talk about what it means, where it comes from, what's the origin of the Lionsgate, what are we actually celebrating during this Lionsgate energy, and also about manifestation, working with energy, manipulating energy, and how the laws of the universe work so that you can have the sort of blueprint of how manifestation actually works. And so we're focusing on manifestation. And yeah, super excited. So thank you, Valerie. Great question. The nodes workshop for tonight is 5 p.m. Pacific, 8 p.m. Eastern. And there's replays of everything. And our Lionsgate workshop is happening on August 8th, I think at the same time. But anyways, there's a lot. You guys should come and hang out. We also have my email list. I send out 2 monthly, 1 monthly newsletter and 1 weekly one, all astrology and human design. And I could go on and on and on, but please give this video a thumbs up, hit the notification bell, subscribe, and download my free moon astrology guide. All right, projectors. Here we go. I've already pulled a couple of the cards that were just wanting to come out. Your aura card. And when I'm talking about the aura, I'm talking about the way that your aura functions. You have a penetrating and absorbing aura. You are the type that is very, very sensitive to other people's energy, and the one that's most susceptible to conditioning than the other types, because you have a lot of open centers, and because your aura literally goes into other people so that you can read them, because as a projector you're like a natural guide. So this is the card that helps us have insight into what are the current energies that are affecting us, and how to interpret this energy and how it's affecting the aura. So here we go. Page of Swords. It's a very curious energy, a very ambitious energy, and it's very idealistic. So the first thing that jumps out to me is this beautiful moth in this card. We've been getting moth energy as well. And I'll look into the animal book to see what that represents. But I feel this energy of the moth, and the moth is what I'll say that's coming through right now is that the moth is drawn to the flame, and the flame is the flame of knowledge, the flame of love, the flame of inspiration, And we are like moths just drawn to energy. We really are. And then sometimes obviously we don't realize, oops, like going into the fire can hurt, can be painful, and so this is so interesting because this really relates to the aura of the projector. Is we love to talk to people and stuff like that, but then when we go into their energy so intensely, we end up feeling it more intensely than they are, and it can be a challenging thing. So it's the moth energy. We are like the moth, drawn to the flame of like truth and knowledge and deep insight. And so the Page of Swords is that energy of the air energy, and it has to do with the sword, right? And this is about using your mind, using your your intellectual abilities, but also being curious. So right now we may feel like a moth drawn to a flame, and we have to think about what is that flame that we are like seriously drawn to right now. What is it that is like calling our attention to so intensely? But also be ready, because a lot of things can happen in that transition of diving into the truth. What is our strategy card? So the strategy for a projector is to wait for the invitation. And this is going to give us some insight into this. We get the 39th gene key of dynamism. So this gene key goes from the shadow of provocation to the gift of dynamism to the city of liberation. If you do what you truly love, you will unleash your creative dynamism. And the more creative you are, the more energy becomes available to you. I freaking love this. This is so dead on for projectors. And so this is for the whole month of August. So keep that in mind. My gift to you. I come to tell you that it doesn't matter how bad your upbringing was, all unhealthy conditioning can be reversed. You can contribute to the field of violence in our world by provoking others or allowing yourself to be provoked. Or you can explore your passions and unleash your dynamism, your genius, by simply letting yourself be and play. Remember, genius isn't unusual. It has nothing to do with knowledge or with the mind. It arises the moment you allow yourself to do what you love. It is time for you to allow your horizons and breath to expand. I love that. If you provoke anything in the people around you, may it be their creative spark and a deep sense of liberation. That's beautiful. I love that message for us. So we're like moths to a flame, being, drawn really deeply to do something and feel very deeply the energy. And we need to, remember the effect, right, of everything that we desire, everything that we want. So know the effect that you have also on others. I feel like that's another message that's coming through right now, and to do what we truly, truly love so that we can unleash our creative dynamism this month. This reading is really resonating. I'm a projector, and I love this energy, right? Okay, let's pull an authority card. So let's see so your authority can be different. We can all have different authorities. Like I have no authority. If you have emotional authority, you have to pay attention to your feelings and the emotional wave. But this is going to give us sort of like a general message to all of us in regards to our authority. And it's called Star Gathering. Stars aligned, remembering home, soul, family. I always love how these cards look like there's always portals that we're like moving through. And star gathering, to me, for some reason, this feels like gathering information, and the information can come from the stars. It can come from astrology. It could come from wherever the information comes from. I feel like this card is telling us to gather the information to make sure that we can best make decisions for ourselves. So if you have emotional authority, gather the emotional information. If you have no authority, wait 28 and a half days, like I'm doing in my vlog, in my Instagram. I'm vlogging every day about how I feel according to my human design chart and how the transits are affecting it. And that's the authority of a reflector too, but mental projectors can really take advantage of that If you have splenic authority, gather the information, but really listen to your deep intuition, right? The intuition for the splenic projector is going to come in the moment. If you're an ego projector, then know what you want to say, know what you want to prove, know what you want to commit to, and know what you have willpower to do. If you are a self-projected projector, listen to your inner self, your inner guidance, and gather the information. And when you gather the information, the stars will align. This also tells me that there's specific astrological alignments this month that will feel like the right moments to like take action or make decisions. And of course, remember home, remember who you are, remember your essence, remember your specific connection to the galactic family, the souls, all your soul contracts. Pay attention to all of that. Okay, here we go. We are going to do past, present, and future spread, but with the Astro dice. And let's see what we get. So past is basically like what we're dealing with now and what we have been dealing with. Present is how we're going to experience the month. And then the future is how we're going to feel once the energy is over. So I'm going to go with planet, sign, and then house separately, and then do the reading together. So we get Uranus for the past. Uranus is the planet of activation, revolution, change, shifting, sudden things show up, Kundalini awakenings. So we have been up to this point dealing with a lot of like nervous system activation, things like waking up within us, changes that may feel good, may not feel good, but there is a shift, there is a mutation, there is a change that is definitely something we've been going through, a mutation. Let's just put it there. Scorpio is the sign that we get, and this is the present. So again, these mutations, these transformations that we have been dealing with are actually deaths that lead to rebirths, right? Because the Scorpio is the symbolic death. It's going into the underworld. So we've been dealing with a lot of changes, and these changes are helping us to transform and transmute and let go of what no longer serves us, and so that we can emerge as the Sphinx that rises out of the ashes. And the 11th house is what we get for the future. And this is Aquarius energy. So it is very futuristic in itself, but the 11th house is also the place of friends and connections and networks of people and groups of people, also how you see the world. So I feel like we're dealing with Uranus energy this month in general as projectors. So expect the unexpected and expect huge transitions and huge transformations. We are going through the underworld, and we are going to have to let go of what no longer serves us. And we have to, and at the end of the month, what we're going to feel is a better understanding, a bigger world view of what has been going on. And we'll be able to share our gifts better with the world, because that's what the 11th house is also about. So we're on our way to sharing our gifts. We're on our way to being present. What we need to do is just let go and surrender to these big changes that are happening in our lives. We get the bat. So this reidifies that energy of death and rebirth, because the bat is darkness, it's letting go, and it's death, literally leading to rebirth. Before emerging, the bat waits for the sun to set and the moon to rise. In the darkness, it can see all that was invisible in the daylight hours. The bat is a master of the subtle senses, of the underlying forces that cause some things to prosper and others to fade. The bat card shows up to signify the ending of a chapter, the closing of a door. The bat comes swiftly, encouraging us to move on. Wow. In just a few hours, a new day dawns. No more lingering in the past. Boom. Damn. I really feel that message. That was like really potent. So thank you, beautiful projectors, for joining me for this message. Please subscribe. I do this message once a month to give you insight into the energies of the month. So I hope you enjoy it, and I hope you have a beautiful August. Sat Nam, and I'll see you again next time.